Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Well, lo and behold, NASA proves its space helicopter can fly on Mars. That was yesterday's article, the latest developing news from NASA. Of course, immediately that got my attention because I was just, I'm waiting with bated breath to just see what NASA is going to develop next, you know. Um, just I can't believe how much they have accomplished over these past, 50, 60 years. But right away, this caught my attention. NASA proves that space helicopter can fly on Mars. Scientists tested Mars 2020 smaller companion in JPL's space simulator. Okay, and this is a picture of this vehicle, the helicopter. And it says, it reads, the scientists working on NASA's Mars helicopter project are done building the actual 4-pound vehicle that's blasting off to the red planet with the Mars 2020 rover. But they can't just strap the helicopter to its bigger companion's belly and call it a day. They first have to prove that it can actually fly in Martian conditions. That's why in late January, the team replicated our neighboring planet's much thinner atmosphere in JPL space in order to make sure the helicopter will be able to take off. Spoiler alert, they were able to successfully conduct 2 test flights in Martian conditions on separate days. Wow, amazing. Since the Martian atmosphere only has about 1% the density of Earth's, the researchers would have had to conduct their flight tests at an altitude of, get this, 100,000 feet if they didn't rely on the simulator. The 25-foot wide vacuum cylinder was the much better choice, especially since the agency has been using it to test machines meant for the red planet anyway. In fact, it's where the Curiosity team tested the rover here on Earth. To be able, excuse me, to replicate the Martian atmosphere, the team injected carbon dioxide into the chamber after sucking out all nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. Oh, because carbon dioxide is denser, so it could go lower. I got you. They also had to use a gravity, quote unquote, offload system in the form of a motorized lanyard that tugged at the helicopter as it hovered above the ground, since Mars only 2/3 of our planet's gravity. Now, I know, here's a video of this craft, of this unmanned aerial vehicle in action. So let's watch. Oops, I think I need to go back to the beginning. Okay. Oh, it says the technology demonstration was put through rigorous tests to verify it is ready for the red planet. While flying helicopters is commonplace here on Earth, flying one hundreds of millions of miles away in the then Martian atmosphere is something else entirely. The team recreated the gravity and flying conditions at Mars in JPL Space Simulator, a 25-foot wide vacuum chamber. The helicopter hovered 2 inches, its target height, to fulfill its flight readiness requirement for Mars. Wow, that sounds very rigorous indeed. Let's continue. Okay, so I see here these strings. So they said above that they used a gravity offload system in the form of a motorized lanyard that tugged at the helicopter as it hovered above the ground. So these strings here are a part of this motorized lanyard tugging at this helicopter to, I guess, allow it to be able to resist the gravitational pull that is there on the planet Mars. However, it's possible also that these strings are actually what is holding up this this helicopter. It's possible. You know, I don't really see the lanyard. It's somewhere out further. But I guess we'll just have to take NASA's word for it because it is NASA after all. Okay, let's continue. While the unmanned aerial vehicle only logged a total of 1 minute of flight time at an altitude of a mere 2 inches above the ground, the scientists were able to get the data they need to be able to say that it will work on Mars. Wow, so that is a lot of rigor that you've put into this. A total of 60 seconds and 2 inches above the ground. So, that gives them the confidence to believe that without a shadow of a doubt, that they will be able to do this on Mars. Let's continue. It says, quote, "The next time we fly on Mars," end quote. Project manager Mimi Ong said. Watching our helicopter go through its paces in the chamber, I couldn't help but think about the historic vehicles that have been in there in the past. The chamber hosted missions from the Ranger Moon probes to the voyages to Cassini, and every Mars rover ever flown. To see our helicopter in there reminded me we are on our way to making a little chunk of space history as well." End quote. Both the Mars 2020 rover and the helicopter are expected to arrive on the Red Planet in February 2021. The helicopter will serve as a demo for future space UAVs, while the rover will study the planet's geology, assess the possibility of life in the past, and collect samples by drilling into its surface. Bravo, NASA. Bravo. You know what this whole thing is called? It should be called, if it were made into a movie. I know they've already made a couple of movies called The Never Ending Story. This time for NASA, they should call it maybe The Never Ending Stories. The Never Ending Stories. This is just another chapter in the fiction book called NASA Went to Outer Space. To the red planet Mars, where they have this helicopter that will be strapped onto the belly of a probe, a rover, should I call it, and yeah, with the Mars 2020 rover, I should say, and this will be happening in 2021. That's when it's slated to make the mission. So I guess we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and our eyes closed as to NASA's next move, and just hope for the best. Well, I'm at a loss for words right now, so I'm just going to end the video here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, I will see you later. Take care.